Welcome to Vlogmas Decluttering Roulette on Jamie Chaotic, where every day from December 1st to 24th, I will be decluttering one quick problem area in my house, drawn at random from a fishbowl. Because 'tis the season to decorate, host parties with friends and family, and be otherwise drowning in the stress, mess, and chaos of the holiday season. I hope the videos of me getting my shit together can provide you with some decluttering motivation and a few moments of relaxation during these trying times. Thanks for watching. Now on to today's mess. Okay, I'm going to draw the first location. Stir it up. I'm not gonna look. Uh-oh, it's a skinny one. Ah, okay. The kid's desk. That's actually an easy one. That's a good one to start with. I've done that about 400,000 times. All right, let's do it. So I am going to talk a little bit about what I'm doing here and the method to my madness, but I also wanted to preface this by saying today, the day I am doing the voiceover and the editing for this video, I'm super sick. So if I sound congested and nasally and awful, it's because I feel like hot garbage. But we will push through. I won't be talking too much. This is more of a just quick clean anyway. But what I'm doing here is first throwing away all of the obvious trash. I have a trash can right next to me, and sorting through all of the paper stuff, because on this desk, the paper is what gets the whole thing out of control. There's a mix of homework projects that have come home from school. There is just artwork that Brody has done, just coloring in random things that he's done on his own. And then just general trash as well, little bits of cut up pieces of paper and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just finding the obvious trash first, made a pile of projects that they may want to keep, and I have them look through that later and decide what they want to keep. Bo kept one single piece of paper out of everything on this desk. Brody kept a nice little stack because he's very proud of his artwork. So I let them make that decision, and then after that, it's just a matter of sorting through all the little toys and trinkets and random things that they have brought home that have just plopped down on this desk, and then finding a spot for all of it. You store stuff like this. These are Chuck E. Cheese game play cards. Let me know in the comments where you would keep something like this. Some sort of designated junk drawer or something? Let me know. To go into a little bit of more depth about those game cards, those are things that I do have a problem finding a place for in this house. So I am curious where you store things like that. They're things that we don't use very often, but when we do go to Chuck E. Cheese, we don't want to have to buy a new game card every time, because that's just wasteful and a waste of money when we already have some. Every time we go to a sports banquet or something, they get another one because it comes with the whole package deal of when there's a sports party with a team. So we do have a handful of them that are just sort of scattered around the house, and I don't really know where to keep them. I think I can consolidate them at Chuck E. Cheese, so they put all of the tokens and points and whatever is on there onto just 2 cards, and we could keep just 2 of them. But I wouldn't want to just throw them all away either, because they do have some sort of a value, I guess. I don't know. It's just, those are the types of little problem things, and they're tiny little things. It's not that big of a deal, but sometimes I come across stuff like that where it's like, well, where the heck should I keep this thing? Because it's just like a random little thing that doesn't, I don't know, group together easily with other like items. You know what I mean? Now I am cleaning his table, and the amount of hardened little bits of glue on this table almost drove me absolutely bonkers. I was scrubbing and picking at the glue on this table for far too long, but that's the whole point of him being on kind of an older, beat up table that is okay for him to make it messy and get glue on it and stuff. I guess that's the whole point, but for me, it was like, oh, I gotta get all of this off. And both kids do
do their homework on this table, but when it comes to the arts and crafts and drawing and stuff, it is primarily Brody who is doing all of the messy artwork on here. So that's why I say Brody's table. I usually refer to it as such. So now I'm just sorting through all of the papers that I stacked together to see, again, giving it my own little once through of like obvious stuff like worksheets and stuff that they don't need to keep. And then I found a little math times tables chart that Bo should have hanging up, and we should have it. I tape things to the wall here if it's something I think we're going to need to reference a lot, because that way it doesn't get just lost in the shuffle and Bo can see it easily. He's in 3rd grade, so the homework and they're doing times tables and stuff like that. It's getting a little bit more difficult, so we have to kind of focus in on the homework a little more than Brody, who is in 1st grade and can kind of just do his adding and subtracting super quick without a lot of thinking about it. Really, it comes very easily to him. So when it comes to worksheets and the tips and tricks pages and stuff for math for Bo, I figured we would just tape it up onto the wall for now for easy access. Oh, I also am sorting all of these papers into their 2 different piles, one for each kid, so that they can now go through their artwork and whatever they have brought home from school and decide what they want to keep. So I have a Brody pile and a Bo pile, and then they both go through it in a minute. So now that I have sorted through all of their paperwork, I'm doing something that could have ended up being really unhinged and very, I don't know, not OCD, but like anal retentive. I don't know what you would really call this, but this is a bin of my old professional design school Prismacolor markers. If you have experience in any kind of graphic design school, a design college, fashion design, I got these for when I was in college for interior architecture, any kind of rendering classes, I don't know, any kind of professional quality markers. That's what these are. They're super expensive and they have been sitting in a bin for, I don't know, how long have I been out of college? Almost 20 years? They're probably 20 years old, literally. And I thought for sure I was going to sort through this bin and test all the markers and throw away all of the dried out ones. I thought maybe I could salvage a couple of them and I could give them to Brody to just, you know, play artwork with super expensive Prismacolor markers. And then, so I tested a couple of them and they were all good. So I was like, well, okay, I guess I'll just sort them into a different bin and he can have all these really nice quality markers now. I was really surprised. So I did not go through all of them. I just tested a couple, and since they were all working, I was like, well, chances are most of them work, so we'll just keep them all. And now I am emptying out the trash, and sweet little Brody, being the helpful child that he is, took his garbage bag and put it out in the dumpster for me, and we're done. Really quick clean, really good results. Now, the only thing I did not do here was sort through all the little bins of art supplies and drawers. That would be the logical next step, but for these small little projects here, these little daily challenges, I think this is good enough. Maybe later on I will go through all of the drawers and bins and things and pare down a lot of their supplies. Did you do it? Hey, come here, give me a hug. Thank you, baby. Good job. Good job taking out your trash. Mwah. I love you. Send you up. Okay, thanks. You feel like a good boy? Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
I'm gonna do some art.
Yeah, do you see I cleaned off your table?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Yes, you heard him right. He said I might do some art, and he immediately went back down to that table and started messing it up again, but he cleaned up his mess immediately afterwards and he kept the table nice. So major mom win moment for me. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this quick declutter roulette episode for Vlogmas, and we will be back tomorrow. See you then, everyone.